Ball League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Houston Texans. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And away we go from NRG Stadium. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly, the way that rocket arm can throw the ball all over the field, been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Here's the first give to Gus Edwards. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Herbert from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Chargers will have a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. He's got it near the 8. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Herbert now off the play fake. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Well, Jim Harbaugh, no stranger to barking at officials, and he's going to make them take another look at this one. Oh, this one is really close, Brock. Did he establish possession and then get both feet down?
Yeah, maintaining possession while being a ballerina, not always easy. A lot to look at here, but I know he thinks he's got a touchdown.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well done by Jim Harbaugh. His challenge a good one. Now it's Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. So now it's the Texans' turn to take the field for the first time. And leading them out is the 2nd overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 34. Complete to Diggs out left. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun now for Stroud. That pass caught by Tank Dell. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Running with Mixon out of the gun. Into the secondary past the 40. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
First down, and they go right back to him. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Stroud off the play fake. He's got it at the 5. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're going to run here. It's Mixon. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans finish off their opening drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Darius Davis to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
Finding Hurst. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. That stop coming from Henry To'o. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They have it on 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Escapes the pocket. He's running for it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
So on 4th down, here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The Texans and running back Joe Mixon headed out for their next series. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He's got a man left. Space past the 35. Now hang on, looks like somebody came out after that play a little shaken up. Not sure we saw exactly what happened, but he'll get some assistance now. First and 10 from the 41. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Stopped by Deion Henley.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Stroud. Finds Woods. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And that's good for a gain of 5. Alohi Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They're set up at the 35 now. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Putting a receiver in motion. It's Mixon on 2nd down. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Sent to the ground by Khalil Mack. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting. Right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Herbert. He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Ladd McConkey. And now it's 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. Herbert. To his back, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Herbert on 1st down. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
It's Herbert once more. Johnston brings it in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Herbert again. Throw left side, complete. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Throwing on 1st is Herbert. He completes it in traffic. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. The Chargers sending out Dicker the kicker to add 3 to the board. This one from 47 yards away. Brown's kick is up and good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Back to throw it. No place to go, so he just threw it away. We've arrived at the break, and what a second half we're in store for. It's tied at 10 after 2. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Damian Pierce now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Texans returning their offense and this running back to the field. And they could take control in the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. To the air, Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards, 2nd down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could pull that off.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another try following the sack. That's a catch for Nico Collins. They pick up 20 yards there. And it sets up a Houston first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Stroud now. That's complete to Diggs on the slant. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back to throw, Stroud. Pass taken in by Diggs. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Give him 8 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Into the hands of Schultz. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. A give to Mixon up the middle. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. On the option, here's Mixon. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Only 1 yard for them, and now we'll see what they decide to do on 4th and short.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. This a 50-yard look from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The Houston offense out and ready to set up shop. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Stroud. He's on the move. Stepping up, and he's going to run. He picks up 15 on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10, a run to Mixon. And it's a 3-yard gain through the traffic. That's Denzel Perryman in on the stop. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Shotgun now for Stroud. This is complete to Schultz. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. On the carry, this is Mixon. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
1st down, Stroud. Has it at the 7. And in for the Houston touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans make it a 10-point ball game. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. And after that last-second score in the 3rd, we'll resume play with a kickoff. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. That throw finds Johnston. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
From the red zone now. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Offense in the hurry up here. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. And the Texans get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Houston's offense back out now and ready to go. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's Mixon. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Mixon on the counter. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
This defense may have been headed the wrong way initially on that counter run, but they never lost contain. As that play shifted back, they flowed with it and caught him before he could break it up the sideline.
That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston. Texans holding a 10-point lead. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. On the ground again with Mixon. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Chargers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now they have 3rd and short. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Chargers hurrying to the line as the seconds tick away. 1st and 10, Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Only one timeout remaining. They've got to work quickly here. It's 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Herbert to throw once more. Forced out to his right. Able to hit Palmer. Complete. And as this play winds up out of bounds, let's see what that flag is all about. Well, it's too bad that yellow line that we all see on TV isn't actually out on the field because it might have kept him from throwing that one.
You know, and I'm surprised, frankly, we don't see this more. It's just a tremendous spidey sense that these dual threat quarterbacks have of today.
Yeah.
They're out in the field, they're running around. Yeah, we don't see this nearly as much as we would have back in my day where we played within the pocket so much more. You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Desperation time here on 4th. He's got it to his running back. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Now Herbert again. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
You know, Kate, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force a throw and risk a pick. Instead, he just got rid of it and cut his losses.
It's Herbert once more. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stigley Jr. And the Texans will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. So it's a win for the Texans. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.